Stop orders. Stop orders can be used to trigger various buy or sell orders. Here, we will discuss three types of stop orders: sell on stop orders, hard stop orders, and trailing stop orders. If you set a sell on stop order, your order to sell will become active once the price of the stock hits the stop price you set. Let's say stock XYZ is trading right now at $20 per share and you own it already. If you set up a sell on stop order, you could specify a stop price of $18 to trigger your sell order. Then you may also be asked to place a limit price for the sell order that gets triggered. In this case, we might choose $17 per share. Now, if stock XYZ falls to $18 per share, our sell order with a limit price of $17 becomes triggered, and we will sell our shares for no less than $17. It might get filled at any price above and including the limit we set. Note that the main difference between a stop and a limit is that a stop triggers an order to be placed, whereas a limit specifies a limit on the price you will accept for that trade. The hard stop order. A hard stop order is like a limit sell order, except while a limit order has a maximum duration of 45 days, a hard stop order is good for 365 days. If you own a stock that is currently trading at $20 per share, if you decide that you will sell it if it ever gets to, say, double that value to $40, or a 100% gain in the next 365 days, then you would place a hard stop order for the stock at $40. If the stock ever gets to $40 during this time and you have not canceled your hard stop order, it will get executed. The trailing stop order. A trailing stop order allows you to set an order to sell your stock if it falls in price by a certain percentage, but if the stock continues to go up first, that percentage drop will get reset upwards against the higher stock price. So the trigger price to activate the sell order can increase if the stock keeps going up. For example, let's say you think a stock is going to move higher, and you would be happy to sell it if it falls back after reaching a particular high price. You could set a trailing stop order. If the stock you own is trading at $20 per share, you could set a trailing stop order for 15%. That means if the stock drops by 15%, or by $3 from $20 down to $17, then your order is triggered. InvestorLine also requires you to set a limit variance when making your trailing stop order. The limit variance will determine what the limit price will be when your order gets activated. So if you picked a $1 limit variance, then your stop order will have a limit of $17 minus $1, or $16 per share, meaning that $16 is the lowest price you would be willing to accept to sell your stock if the order gets triggered. But let's see what would happen if the stock went up before going down. Let's say it never got down to $17 and instead kept going up for consecutive days and closed at a price of $30 1 week later. The trailing stop would automatically reset as the price went up. At a new closing price of $30 per share, our new stop price would be reset to 15% below $30, or $25.50, with a limit price of $24.50. Now, if the stock went down to $25.50, our stop order would get triggered to sell our position at no less than $24.50. It's important to note that the stop price will be recalculated upwards based on your selected percentage each time a new closing high is reached, as long as the increase meets a minimum threshold, which is based on the stock's share price. For example, a stock that previously had a closing high of $30 per share will need to increase by at least $1 in order to set the new stop price higher. For shares in lower price bands, the minimum increase can be smaller, And for shares in higher price bands, the minimum increase may be higher. Buy on stop order. A buy on stop order is a buy order that gets triggered when a stock hits a certain price. You would set not only the stop price to trigger your buy order, but also a limit price to specify the highest price you would be willing to pay if your order gets triggered. For example, if a stock is trading at $20 per share, and maybe you think that the next quarterly earning report will make or break the company's fortunes, you could place a buy on stop order with a stop of $25 and a limit of $30. That means if the news was good in the earnings report, the stock might pop past $25, and if you can buy shares for less than $30, you'd be happy to do that. But if it pops so fast as to go past $30, you would be okay not paying such a high price as you think it would be too high a price to pay.